Yeah.
I have this crazy theory. This might be another tangent. I'm sorry. You guys should know I go on tangents. I don't know why I do this.
Is it cynical winky mode on again
It's
or
actually very
Is it
I wouldn't
anti-healer?
say
Because we need to cut that shit out, you
no,
know?
no, I think it's not cynical as much as it is depressing.
We're gonna call them
oh
tankies. We're gonna call them
Okay, we're gonna, all
tankies.
right, we got a tanky coming in. You could just subject like here's the header for this subject. Discord killed World of Warcraft.
okay, I can kind of see it. Yeah.
Think about it, right? Because
Yeah.
what did you used to do when you were having the authentic classic experience? You wanted to talk to your guildies, you would log into the game, stand in a city, and hang out
Yes.
in guild chat, right?
Exactly.
Now you log in on an off night, and there's 3 people online that are either grinding gold or doing a random daily or whatever. But the community and like the culture of World of Warcraft is gone.
That's very true. Yeah.
Well, it's in
And
Discord. But
yeah,
don't you
it's in
think
Discord now.
don't you
Right?
think
Yeah,
that
and you
It's
sit there
moved.
in
Discord
voice chat talking rather than
Yeah,
typing
Discord.
anything.
didn't kill World of Warcraft? World of Warcraft failed to evolve
true,
into find
true.
something that could compete with Discord, right? They had their
Yeah,
chance many
yeah.
moons ago,
True.
but
And they
they
added the
didn't.
voice chat. At some point, nobody ever used it.
It's in the game now, but
I don't even
nobody
know how to
uses.
use it. I've
I,
never used
I
it.
was just looking. I was just looking for something the other day, like to change the setting. I was like, oh, voice chat settings.
hmm
I don't know how to use it either. I didn't. That's
Yeah,
as far as I got. I just saw it was like, oh yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, they
I just
needed to
think
make
that it
something
like
that looked like Discord that was in the BattleNet launcher, basically, right?
basically,
That
yeah, like
Yeah.
a
that you
raid
didn't
planner.
necessarily have to be in the game, but you were in, like, I don't know.
That I think
There
that's
was
the
some.
problem though. And it's not. I'm not going to say it's a bad thing. It's very good in like quality of life and people. But it's just like guilds and communities. They do all of their interactions now out of game via Discord, and it will never be the
Yeah.
same as back in the day when you would log into WoW, stand around in a city, type in guild chat, and join a TeamSpeak or a Mumble or a Ventrilo server to just chat with your friends. It's in
The-
you. I mean, they've got guild bank add-ons in Discord. There's all kinds of things you can do with Discord.
It's so true what you're saying because I remember many times where I would just literally what you say, just talk in Orgrimmar with people. I cannot
Mhm.
remember the last time I just randomly hung out with people in Orgrimmar and just talked to them. Maybe if there were like non-guildies, but it's very rare. And I
Yeah,
used
Right.
to do that stuff a lot because it was exciting, back then, of course, because
yeah.
it's
But
the
nowadays, it's
In
even
2000s.
if you meet
person.
a non-guild, it's like, let me invite you to my guild Discord and give you the guest role.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
it's like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I just think that it just is another one of those factors that like reinforces the fact that classic WoW is not hashtag no changes vanilla WoW. It will never be
Absolutely
vanilla
not.
WoW.
Oh no,
No,
yeah, it
no.
No.
can't be.
And you'll never be able to replace those good nostalgic memories of like you and your friends hanging
And do you
out
really want
in
to?
the I do. I
I
do. I
mean,
absolutely do.
that's the same
I
thing
would
I
love it.
learned playing private servers of Ultima Online. Like, it's never
Yeah.
gonna be that Wild West where like there were so many people that had no idea what they were doing, and like I was the one of the few guys that knew what they were doing and just reaping the benefits across the board. Like, that is never going to happen.
Yeah.
Everybody I run into in UO private servers now is me, and they're better
Yeah.
than me. And it's like, I mean, same really in WoW now. Like, I mean, I was great, originally because I did all kinds of research. Like, I was younger and faster too, but I mean, really, it was the research and just knowing everything, knowing more information than everybody else that actually made me better. And now everybody's just better than me. Like, it's just,
Mhm. Shout outs though to people like on RP servers. It's not my style of the game as like for like I would want to full time it, but there's a special someone named Grandmother on Bloodsail Buccaneers Horde side, and every Monday and Thursday you can log into Bloodsail Buccaneers Classic. This is Classic era, right? And she sits there in the crossroads, and people sit around her like a campfire, and she tells stories every Monday and Thursday
oh, that's
in game.
great.
So shout outs to people like that who are
That's
like
awesome.
fighting
And
against
she
the
doesn't
meta,
even
and
stream,
like
huh?
she doesn't stream, she doesn't do anything. She just does it for the love of like RP.
Oh,
which I
that's
think is really
awesome.
cool. Yeah.
That's really awesome. Have you guys ever had? There were like some bots, well, not bots, but like chat bots on private servers where it was just like an in-game quiz. There was just some character standing around, and it just like question which what is the main villain of the Burning Crusade expansion. And as soon as you type the right name, it would give you a point, and people would stand around and guess the name, and of course you were the fastest. So, did that
Yeah,
ever
I
happen
remember
on
that.
your servers? Because I remember that. That was
Huh.
really cool. That kind of took
That
me
does
back to the
sound
whole.
cool.
That used to happen on Alex Straza in retail back in the day. I would play
Yeah.
on Alex Straza. There was a dude that would stand in the city and give points out for quiz questions.
Because that was my like probably the last like hanging out and chatting in Orgrimmar or whatever moment I had, because just that was really fun. I kind of miss it, but
Yeah, we
yeah.
need more people to come back and like fight the meta, you know? Not saying I'm going to do it, but I would
know, we-
participate if somebody led a charge in that way.
We absolutely do. I mean, I like the article from Wowhead, but it's once again like how like save up all your quests. You know, like World Rattlers gets this amazing like leveling content, so to say. And now we're once again like planning. Oh, if you do it this way, you'll get to like level 80 in 4 hours. Yeah, but there's this beautiful zone. No. Spam dungeons.
Yeah, right,
Boom,
yeah.
get to it fast enough. And why? To do Nax.
It's
Which
the
clearing greens. Like, give me a break, dude.
it's
Right.
yeah, it's what I talk about a lot in rating. Everybody's like, pull, go, and I was like, man, I just want to. Okay, all right, let's go.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
all right.
it sucks. It sucks because there's an expectation of like you can't recruit people for your guild unless you have a good time on your raids. So it's
Yeah.
like the faster you go, the better you look on
Dude, it
on
stresses
the god of Warcraft,
yeah.
Warcraftlogs.
It
Right?
stresses our officers
Oh.
out every. Like, I feel bad for them every phase. It stresses them out because they're like, if we don't get through this, we're not gonna, we're not gonna have the clout to be able to recruit. And then we're,
you got to have the clout.
yeah, to get, I mean, at least to get good recruits. I mean, you can recruit.
Yeah.
Like,
And
you can
just
always
push
recruit.
you just push so quickly though, and then you get to this point where now everything's on farm and now everybody's bored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, or you're just stressing dude, healers are chugging mana pots like on trash the whole time, just like you're just stressing
So
people
you're wrong,
out, man.
Winky.
Like,
You're wrong.
oh,
Discord
man.
didn't kill
Stop live tapping.
World of Warcraft. Warcraftlogs did.
Oh, don't even
That's
get
true.
me. That would be a tangent for dude. I hate Warcraft logs, dude. And it's people always go, Winky, that's such a boomer take. You're dumb. I'm not dumb. You're dumb, people. If you're thinking that right now, if you think it's a boomer take, congratulations. I don't care. You're dumb. Warcraft logs is the stupidest thing WoW has ever done.
And I'd say Warcraft.
I love
logs
it and
is
hate it.
people's mentality that see it as like the Bible. Oh, Warcraft logs. It's just nothing else.
It should be used as exactly what it was intended to be used for. It's an analytics tool for you to look at your performance and your raid performance to figure out what you're doing wrong to clear the content.
But
it should not be used as like a clout chase tool. It should not be a speedrun timer. Imagine a third-party website just defying video game speedrunning culture, right? Speedrun.com is the #1 website for all things speedrunning in every video game ever. But for some reason, Warcraftlogs thinks that they own speedrunning for all of WoW.
Get this, okay? So on top of that, the further we go, and the more mechanics bosses have, the more Warcraft logs can really fuck shit up. Like for instance, on Muru, if you're all lock, you're gonna parse higher if as soon as ads come out, you start to seed. But really, the best way to do the boss is single target Muru until the Void Walkers come out. And that's when you start seeding. But if you seed early, you get a lot more overall damage, and it really like is backwards.
I'll have people in my chat. I've gotten in heated debate because I always say parsing is its own skill set. There's difference between being a good parser and being a good raider.
Exactly.
And people argue like, well, you can't get a good parse unless you're a good raider. And it's like, yeah, that's true to a certain extent, but like the essence of parsing is cheesing the fight, not knowing the real mechanics. or saying, I know the mechanics, fuck the mechanics, I'm gonna do what I want for a better parse.
Yeah.
Especially
Right.
in
And it's-
ignoring, like,
TBC
raid
with
leaders.
double lusts
Yeah.
and triple
Or,
lusts.
or ignoring raid calls, like pulling threat and shattering because you just opened
Yeah.
with you precast a shadow bolt to get that inch of a 99 point whatever. It's so dumb.
It's happened to me so many times before when I was raiding on guilds, and it's like the tank's like, okay, wait 5 seconds with threat, and still you have some DPS that start right at the beginning,
Every time.
and then they show up higher
Yeah.
on the DPS chart, and
Yeah.
then they, let's say, lose an item, because this happened before when I was an officer in the guild. We had loot council, and he's like, he didn't get the item. I was like, what the fuck, but I did the highest DPS. I was like, yeah, but you don't follow basic commands. Wait 5 seconds
Yeah.
before you DPS. No one cares you did 20 DPS more at the end of the day. The boss still went down fine. You ignored basic commands. You don't get the item. Try
Yeah,
again next
it's
week.
crazy.
One thing-
Don't you?
Yeah.
Oh man, I hate
Bringing it
Warcraft
back
logs.
to Wrath, though, one thing that is nice about Wrath is it does start, like, as the game goes on, like, threat becomes less and less of an issue. And
Yeah.
in Wrath, for instance, like, if I want to start single target on a boss and I want to go ham immediately, I could just go ahead and, for my first tricks of the trade, just go ahead and tricks the tank and then do killing spree, and boom, the tank's set from that point on. And then I tricks a DPS afterwards and click off the buff to threat, and then they just have a DPS upgrade. But you do that early on, but then as your tanks get better, then you don't even have to do that. You can just tricks, a DPS right off the bat. It's just depending on like how fast your tank can go. But like you do, like, I think the retail mentality is DPS start immediately because that's what they can do in retail. And like in
That's 'cause
vanilla,
threat isn't a mechanic in retail.
yeah, basically.
Exactly.
Well, to be honest, Wrath is kind of the beginning of threat not being a mechanic.
Yep. Wrath definitely, you will pull threat. Like, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, but it's much harder to pull threat. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But last thing about Warcraft logs, I have to say, just if you're listening in on this is just me being a bitter old man. But imagine a website. Just put yourself in an external view. Put your brain in another body that doesn't play World of Warcraft, or like someone who is a casual Warcraft player. Imagine a website telling you and 24 of your guildmates what qualifies as a real or not real run if you've killed all the bosses in a dungeon. If a website is telling you you have to play by our rules or what you're doing does not count in this MMORPG, why are you supporting it?
wait, well, here, how about this? Like,
Hey, let's skip this trash pack. Oh, sorry, that doesn't count for our minimum trash packs for our parse run. We got to kill that. Let's waste 25 people's 5 minutes of killing that trash.
well, that's for speedruns, but let me defend them for a second. Like, they do try to like make the parses meaningful for the fight. Like, for instance, we had, I think, Jasmine's in the chat. I think it was Jasmine and one of our warlocks that were guilty of this. They were trying to cheese the healing parses on reliquary. I can't say that. Reliquary of souls.
Reliquary of souls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like the lock was just tapping during the little ad phases, and they were just healing them because like they lost no mana by healing.
Yeah.
And like it was just cheesing. And so Warcraftlogs made those parses void. So I think they are trying to
but why?
make
Okay,
it
you got to take it to the root though. Why were they trying to cheese it?
because of Warcraftlogs. Like,
Because
yeah.
they wanted a better parse.
Yep.
Why do they
yep.
want a better parse? For the clout?
Yeah, you
So
got
it
me
looks
there. You
better
got me
on
there. I mean,
paper?
I was trying to throw some devil's advocate in there.
Like I was doing Molten Core and I look over, I've got a recording I was streaming. One of the paladins in my guild was standing in the lava, flash healing himself for the entire Ragnaros kill. And I'm like, what is this crap? Dude, come on. Like
my 99
promotes
parse.
greed.
Yeah, my 99 parse on the warrior on that first boss with the 3 ads in Molten Core was me wrecking immediately AoEing, pulling threat on everything, so I got more rage and like almost dying just to get that parse. And like it was not a smart thing to do and made it, hard for the tanks. Like,
well, but okay, if you want to gigapump, this is a good example. If you want to gigapump as a guild, right? Battle chickens. Pop your battle chickens, get some attack speed buffs going pre-fight, then you pull the boss and your melee pumps, right? Don't worry, Warcraftlogs says battle chickens are no longer allowed. Guess what? Your guild now has to play by some website's rule because they don't like the rule, right? And you have to do it. People will say, well, you don't have to parse, you don't have to be on Warcraftlogs. Yes, you do. Because the culture of WoW requires you to have good parses if you're applying for a guild. They look at your parses, they look at your logs. As a guild, they look at your logs to make sure you have valid speed logs in which guilds they want to apply for. Right,
or so even your current guild that might sit you for somebody else.
You're forced into playing by these third-party rules that a website creates, even though it might not be the best thing for your guild to do. And it's frustrating.
I'm going to make a competing website where it shows logs and parses, but it also shows how many jokes you make in TeamSpeak and how fun you are.
There you go. Exactly.
Listen, I am that guy. I've never been top DPS, maybe once or twice. I'm usually like, I'm doing okay. I'm pulling my own weight. I'm never top DPS. I don't care about getting all the flasks consumed. Sorry, I don't care. But I can have a conversation. I can have fun in TeamSpeak. I know that is one of my jobs. I'm sorry, like, if I look at this, like, okay, would I want to be in a top guild with like 39 other pumpers that are clearing everything without a breeze, but there's just not a single chat going on? Or would I be in a semi-hardcore guild that wipes a few times, but the TeamSpeak's actually really fun? Sorry, I'm going to choose the latter. I'm not.
I mean,
I think that matters too. So
that's
give me a Warcraft
yeah.
logs with like jokes and conversations. Like sort of like Uber, you can give someone 5 stars. This guy was funny as shit. 5 stars.
we need a Yelp review for Warcraftlogs. But it's just so dumb. Like, battle chickens aren't allowed, but don't worry, we're gonna allow hunters to just download auto hotkey and macro their entire melee weaving and then that all those parses are broken. Oh, meanwhile, there's people editing their parses on the website to legitimately cheat it. Like, it baffles my brain.
All right, well, that was the calendar feature coming to Rattle's King. All right,
I'm on the calendar.
All right, so
I'm Winky. This is my last time ever being invited on the show.
If this is your last time, and let's say the developer of Warcraftlogs is listening, what would you say to him right now?
What would I say to him? I would tell him to actually listen to his community and stop being a dingleberry. That's what I would tell him.
But I think he's just doing what Blizzard is doing, which is not really listening to their community. So
they don't. There's 4 people that work at Warcraftlogs, and they all
okay.
they do votes, and then everybody votes on it, and then none of it ever happens.
Okay.
They should talk to people like Jordy, people in Fusion, people in Progress, these speedrunning guilds, and they should work with people that actually play the game. Same as Blizzard. And I may be wrong. I'll end it with that. I may be wrong. I'm always open to being proven wrong, or just, hey, I'm never super one way hard stance on something. I'll always change my mind if I'm given a good argument on it.
Well, this is probably definitely going to be a clip for this is going to be the Warcraftlogs clip for the new YouTube clips channel that I'm launching next week.
You should name it the new calendar feature clip.
Yeah. And then make sure to put the part where I don't sound like an asshole at the end.
Thank you very much for checking out Warcraft Reloaded podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any future content.